Hi everybody, my name is Sarah. I'm the creator of Holl Lane, and this is my very first Facebook Live, so I am absolutely terrified. If anybody is watching, please let me know if you can hear this, either by commenting or liking or whatever it is that you're supposed to do on these things. I thought I'd pop on here real quick and say hi and let you guys get a little sneak peek into issue 8 that comes out tomorrow. I'm really excited to show it to you guys. So again, if you guys can hear me, if you can hit the like or comment or something and just let me know so that I know that you can actually hear me, because I don't actually know what I'm doing with this. I see my mom has joined, so hi Mom. I told her she had to be here, otherwise she'd probably hear about it for a long time, like she does about my cheerleading competition that she missed when I was like 12 or something. So hi Misty, thank you for coming, thank you for showing the support. I really appreciate that. I'm glad I'm not just talking to myself, so at least now I'm just talking to you guys, and now I can feel a little bit better about it, and I'm just going to pretend I'm only talking to you guys from now on. So I just wanted to pop on again and just kind of give you a sneak peek into what the magazine is going to be about. I'm really excited about this issue because this is our first one that we are doing the refocusing, where we're talking about just food, interiors, and our life stories, which of course our life stories are the entire heart of our magazine. We want to focus on telling people the true, real stories that happen to people, not just the things that you see on Instagram. So that is really important. And somebody from my team is here, obviously, messaging me from the Holl Lane page. So hi guys. So I and donuts, awesome. So this is the cover, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. The cover was shot by our friend Nicole Beddard. She's a photographer that we've worked with a few times, and she takes beautiful pictures. And I don't know about you guys, but this picture just kind of makes me want to go sit somewhere and not talk to anybody and just enjoy the peace and quiet, something that I don't get very often. Although coincidentally, Jess, right now I am going to be getting donuts very shortly, because I actually sent Brandon and Henry out to get donuts so that I could do this in the peace and quiet. So donuts are coming for me, so I'm not upset about that. So anyway, so like I said, this is issue 8. It comes out tomorrow morning. It will be live, I think, at like 6 a.m. or something. So for those of you who haven't gotten it yet, I'm really excited for you to see it. We have both digital and print. There are going to be just, there's not a whole lot of print left after our pre-order, but there's definitely still some, so I'm excited. My mom wants donuts, Mia wants donuts. Everybody should have donuts because it's kind of the best. Okay, so I want to do like a little flip through here, show you some of the really beautiful articles that are inside. We have this home tour that's kind of exactly what I want my home to look like, because it's gray, and that's kind of my color scheme, but the house is just, it's gorgeous, and I wouldn't mind living in it. So, and then we got 10 tips to adding life to any room, also by one of our photographers that we work with frequently, Molly Wantland, so I was excited to have her. And then we did a fun little thing on, we're calling this Eclectic Charm. And there's a few different rooms that we go through with her, and she shows us all her beautiful home. I can't, sorry, pause, because my sister called me in the middle of this. Jen, I can't stop with the ums because that's just how I talk, and I'm really super nervous, so that's what happens. So then we move on to some really delicious food. Sorry, my sister keeps calling me, so it keeps pausing this. So if you're wondering what's happening, that's what's going on. So there's some really great things, and then we get into our life stories, which is always, you know, like I said, the heart of the magazine. So we have one that's on endometriosis, which apparently is a hard word to say. We continued our interview with Caitlin, who talked to us about her infertility. So that was, I thought, something really important that people should hear, because it isn't something that people talk about a lot, even though it affects just, a lot of people that, I think that most of us don't even realize that it's probably affected somebody that we know. So I think that's a really important thing to hear. One of the most popular ones that I've already heard about is this one. It's about recovery. A woman, we gave out a sneak peek of this yesterday in our newsletter, but it's a story on rape, cutting, eating disorder, an overdose. And I know that sounds like a lot, but at the end it was very inspiring to talk with her and hear more about her story. She's an impressive woman, and I'm glad that I've kind of gotten to know her through social media and things like that. So I'm glad that you're excited about the infertility story, Jen. It's also very powerful. I was excited that she was willing to share that with us, because obviously it's a really personal thing that it's kind of hard to hear sometimes. So, and then we we traveled around the world. She talked to us about teaching and traveling her way through her 20s, which was really fun. I wish it was something I had done when I was in my 20s. This photography project is incredible. You may have seen a sneak peek of this as well, but she's kind of mixing portraits of women with nature and flowers and things like that, and she does it to prove that everyone is beautiful. And I'm blown away by these pictures. When I first saw them, I was so excited to have them in the magazine. We talk about yoga for children with someone who works with children and teaching them about wellness and health and things like that. Then let's see, this story called Living in the Trenches. This is about a woman who grew up without a mom, and so she had always kind of felt as if she didn't want to put herself out there for fear that people would walk away from her, as she felt that her mom did when she was abandoned. And so it's kind of talking about how she's always portrayed herself as this certain person that may not be exactly who she was inside. So I think that on some level, most of us can probably relate to that, portraying this person that we want the world to see. Like right now, I'm trying to portray that I'm super confident doing this, and I'm really not. So it's good enough. This story is beautiful and so well written from our friend Elena. She talks about making room for another baby, and the way that she writes it is incredible. Speaking as somebody who has been talking about having a second baby, it's reading through it made me feel like, okay, at least I'm not the only one who feels that this is terrifying. So, and then the pictures in it too are just beautiful. So then we talk about homeschooling, which actually I found out as we were doing sneak peeks and things like that on our newsletter that people were really excited about this article, because a lot of people, I guess, are really considering homeschooling. So I think especially with the way that the world is now and all the fears about doing public schooling and all the school shootings and stuff like that, people are looking more and more into homeschooling, which is actually something I've thought about as well. And so looking into what this is like for them and how they go about it and what it's like for, her and her two boys was beautiful. And actually, fun story, the woman who wrote this is the photographer who did our 1 year picture. So if you saw the pictures with like the cake and me acting like a weirdo, those were taken from her. And then we do this story called Living the Nomadic Lifestyle. Linda, I once read her blog. Her and her husband have been traveling since they got married around the world. And they're going to all these incredible places that just give me serious wanderlust. And so I was really excited to talk to her and see how exactly they go about that, like, as it relates to jobs and money and things like that. And I was excited that she was willing to open up and really talk to us about that. One of the things that I found most interesting is when she was talking about what it's like to be homesick when you're gone for so long, and also what it's like to just be traveling with just one person. So I was excited to hear her responses to that, and I think you guys will be too. The last story in here is called Postcards from Colorado Springs. I'm sure you've seen us do these types of things in here before. We love to visit different cities through photography and see, you know, what each city has to offer and the best places to go. So it's kind of like a little travel guide. So if you're ever in Colorado Springs, we have some great places for you to go. And the pictures are just beautiful, so they'll make you want to go there anyway. And then at the very end, we're starting a new series with this issue that's called 5 Questions With. This first one we're featuring Dana Fox. She is the blogger behind Wonder Forest, which I'm sure some of you have probably heard of. I was really excited to speak with her and just kind of ask her some fun questions about if she could go back and live any moment in her past and what talent doesn't she have that she wishes she did and things like that. So that's going to be an ongoing last page thing that we have in each issue, and I'm excited to talk with different women and see how these things, how these same questions are, you know, come up for different people. So that is issue 8, and I'm really, really excited about it, and I'm excited for you guys to see it tomorrow. Like I said, it will be available about, I think, 6 a.m. or something like that. So I know some of you have already gotten it from your print copies, and so I'm excited to see how you're reading it. So tag us with Live Holl Lane so we can see those, and then we repost them and we share them on our different social media feeds and stuff like that. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. If you want to put them in the comments, or you know, whatever. If you are still here and you can hit the like button or something, then at least I know I'm not still talking to myself. I guess apparently this will like stay on the feed afterwards, which is awesome because then people can go through and see my awkwardness for a while. So I'm excited that I did this. I'm excited that I got the first one out of the way. And if you guys enjoyed seeing the sneak peek of this, let me know, and maybe we can keep doing this in the future. I actually just saw that my husband is pulling back into the driveway with Henry and with my donuts. I'm not sure which one is more important, but and Danielle, I'm so excited that you're excited about it. I gotta say I'm pretty partial to the print just because I like to hold it in my hand, but I also am kind of a digital magazine hoarder. I love to have them on my my iPad. I have like several folders of them where I just kind of keep going through because I just love to read digital ones, and I like that I can then have them anywhere that I want. Hi, Peggy. Peggy is actually my big sister. My if you've heard of the big sister, little sister thing, I think that's a thing out in Pennsylvania too, I'm not sure, but she was my big sister, so I've known her forever. So I think that's it from me. I'm going to go and eat my donuts and hang out with my boys and probably go to bed really, really early because Henry has been up every single night and then therefore is sleeping with me, so that makes me very exhausted when I go to work the next day and have to try and function like a normal human being. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for being here. I'm excited that I did this. I'm excited it's over, and I'm excited I got a chance to talk to you. So thanks again, everybody. And if you just tuned in at this very last minute and you don't know what I'm talking about, my name is Sarah. I'm the creator of Holl Lane, and that's it from me. So bye, everybody.